Climate change refers to significant changes in global temperature and weather pattern. Climate change is a natural phenomenon, but some unusual changes have occurred in this recent decade. All of this happened due to human activity, primarily from the burning of fossil fuels, deforestation, and industrial processes. This activity increased the concentration of greenhouse gas in the atmosphere, leading to global warming. The main components of greenhouse gas are carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide. These gases trap heat in the atmosphere, which result in a greenhouse effect that warms the earth. This warming effect affects the climate system, increasing the frequency and impact of the weather event. Plants are highly sensitive to their environment, and even slightly changes in the temperature and water availability can significantly affect their growth. The impact of climate change can be shown by the plant growth and yield. This will be discussed by both of us in the next slides based on the article that we have summarized. For the introduction, chili, also known as a capsicum enum, which belong to the Solanaceae family. They originated in America and have been cultivated for thousands of years. They come in a broad variety of form, size, colors, and heat levels. It is widely cultivated by farmers and commonly used as a basic ingredient in a variety of food. Climate change has an impact on chili farming activity and also egg production. It reduces the production efficiency and chili farming income based on the article. For the objective, this study aimed to find out which and how climate factors impact the chili production, and it also to determine the optimum point of each factor regarding its impact on chili production. For the summary of the method, the researcher used regression technique to investigate the association between weather parameter and chili production. The model quadratic shape indicates a non-linear relationship between the variables. For data collection, primary data analysis was conducted to gather information on climatic variable and chili production. This data was essential to build the regression model and making conclusion about the impact of climate on chili cultivation. As for statistical testing, statistical tests were performed to determine the significance of the coefficient integration model. This method collectively allowed the researcher to assess the influence of climatic factor on chili production and propose strategies for mitigating the effect on climate change on the agriculture. For the summary of the result, firstly, the effect of temperature showed that maximum temperature and its square value were affecting the chili production. The growth temperature range for chili during the vegetative phase was 21 Celsius until 27 Celsius, and during the generative phase was 16 Celsius to 23 Celsius. As for the effect of rainfall, it has a significant effect on the chili production. An increase in rainfall by 1 mm was associated with an increase in chili production by 2,290.65 kg per hectare, with an optimum rainfall point of 2,751.54 mm. Exceeding the optimum rainfall level led to a reduction in the rate of increase in chili production. For the discussion, climate change illustrated by rising temperature, excessive rainfall, and drought have been shown to harm the vegetative and generative development of chili. Extreme heat induces stress, wilting, and reduces photosynthesis. Meanwhile, low temperature slow down the growth and cause frost damage. Water availability fluctuation can influence nutrient uptake and soil moisture level, which will affect the plant growth.
And salam UiTM di hatiku for Sir1, and today I will present for my part which is impact of climate change of paddy field production in Malaysia. Let's begin with the introductions. The CO2 emission increase, which is CO2 emission up by 80 over 100% from 1970 until 2004, which is projected 40 until 110% rise by 2030. So in temperature rise, the global temperature increased by 0.74 degrees Celsius over the last century, expected 0.2 degrees Celsius per decade. And the next one we have agricultural impact, climate change affect crop growth, evaporation and nutrient cycle. And the next we have the rice demand. The global rice production needs a 35% over 100% increase by the next 2030 years to meet the demand of the rice. And the last part of the introduction, we have the simulation models, which is CERES rice version of 4.0, which is the latest version of simulation model used to study CO2, carbon dioxide and temperature impact on rice in East Asia or around the worldwide. Guys, let we discuss about summary of method. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, we have the climate data analysis, which is we collect the data of the climate. And the second one, we have the agricultural data analysis. We collect all the data that happen in agriculture activity involve labor shortage or other issue that content in agriculture. And the last one, we have the simulation models, which is we collect in the data in the laptop and all the technology we have nowadays. Guys, here are the impacts of climate change. First of all, CO2 temperature, second temperature, the third one precipitation, and the last one solar radiations. So for the first impact, we have the CO2 concentration. CO2 is a critical component of photosynthesis and the level exchange potency rate leading to increased biomass and grain yield in a rice plant. The study found that grain yield exhibited a parabolic increase with rising CO2 levels and peaking around the current concentration 380 ppm and showing diminishing returns at the higher levels. For the second impact, we have the temperature. Temperature has a significant impact on rice growth and development. The study shows a cubic response of grain yield to temperature changes with yield peaking at a 2 degrees Celsius increase from current temperatures and declining linearly with further increase. Higher temperature can shorten the growth periods, leading to reduced grain filling and lower yields in productions. In addition, we have precipitations. Precipitation is crucial for maintaining water level. This is because changes in precipitation pattern can lead to water stress or flooding, both of which can negatively impact rice yields. Last but not least, we have the solar radiation, which is from the sun. Solar radiation is essential for photosynthesis of the plant. Variation in solar radiation can directly affect photosynthesis. The changes of carbon dioxide and oxygen can directly affect photosynthesis rates and subsequently biomass and grain yield of the rice and chili. For conclusion of our presentation, climate changes poses significant challenges to both chili and rice production. Effective adaptation and mitigation strategies are essentials to sustain and improve our crop in Malaysia yields in the face of these climate changes that happen in Malaysia and around the world. So farmers need to take advantage, need to take of action to leverage research, technology and collaborative approaches to adapt their practice and make new changes of modern technology to evolving climate scenario that happen around the world. Thank you. Yes, that's all for our presentation today. Thank you for Sir1 and all my dear friends, and goodbye. Hope you enjoy it.